Like, it's been an insane week, so it's just been ridiculous. So thank you everyone for the support, whether you've been donating, just watching, or whatever else. It's greatly appreciated. Let me just write in aLive up here, because currently life is difficult, and they have broken Blizzard once again something, so what a surprise. Alright, to the top right-hand side of the map, our blue Zerg player is going to be Nerchio from Euronix Gaming. He's going to go up against the red Terran player to the top left-hand side. It is going to be aLive. Currently teamless. Let's see how he continues on. How's everyone doing? We all doing good today? You guys have been a little bit quiet in chat. I mean, there's a lot of you guys chatting, but there's been a lot of you guys who are very quiet as well. So let me know what's up. Let me know what's going on as we enter our second best of 3 of the day. Again, we've got 4 best of 3s for you guys, 2 best of 5s, and a best of 7. Unless we start running a little bit too late, we might cut the final best of 7 finals into a best of 5 instead, just in case. Just in case. We're just going to kind of see how things go, because it is going to be quite late for Korean players. I mean, this event starts at 9 PM Korean time. So you imagine, like, 9 PM Korean time, like, if this is going to go on 5 hours, it's already going to be like 2 AM or something, right? So we're just going to assess the situation as the day goes by, and see what's going to happen, basically. So, setting on up here, having a little bit of a look to see what will happen. You're going to be seeing this Overlord from Nerchio moving over to the left-hand side. So, Overlord moving over to the left here. You can see this hatchery coming down on the gold base. So, Nerchio went gas pool so that he can kind of defend a hatchery on the gold a little bit more easily. A little bit of a different way of going about things here. So, a little bit of a different way of going about things. Actually going to go Roach Run. Oh, is he just going to Roach Rush? He actually did this yesterday, right? Was it yesterday? I can't remember what day he when he did this, but I think it was, he was in yesterday's group. Was it against Keen on this map? I really feel as though I've seen this recently from him. It might not have been in this event. It might have been in like Go for SC2 monthly finals on Tuesday or something. But I've seen something of this recently anyway. So he's going to make a few roaches. We'll see if he makes a few ravages as well. You know, if he just makes 3 roaches or 4 roaches and then ravages, or if he's going to really commit into more. I think it's just going to be the 3 roaches into ravages and kind of more drones from now. And that allows him to harass quite nicely in the early stages. There's a 4th roach. Let's see if there's more. There is more. Okay, 5 roaches in total. So he is going to get really aggressive with these roaches here as aLive. Well, he does scout across the map already. Does see this gold base here right away. So he gets to see that super early on as this Zergling from Nerchio pops up the ramp. And going to be starting to work its way through the supply depot. So starting to work its way through the supply depot. And Zergling, again, just taking a little bit more damage. Factory going to be moving back, dropping down the Tech Lab. Command Center drops down here as well. And we'll be finishing up on the natural expansion in just a few moments' time. Roaches continue to come across the map here. And, well, Reaper pulling back is he prepared for this at all? Not really. He will be able to finish his CC. We'll probably just want to lift that. Might morph into orbital, then lift it. But he really does need to get a siege tank up or something. His bunker's on the way on the high ground. For now, Nerchio will sit on the low ground and pick off this SCV building the bunker. But it won't take him too long to move up to the high ground here. Now Corrosive bows onto the bunker as well. And make life very difficult for him as, well, there we go. Bunker going to be delayed. Tank is on the way out. How much time can aLive buy? He really needs to get as much time as possible here for himself, as bunker will continue to build, but I feel as though it's just a little bit too late. I don't think it's going to finish. Actually, it will finish, and SCVs come forward, so he will be able to surround this here to repair. He actually pulls the SCVs down to the ramp, gets a surround on some of these roaches. Ravager morphs in once again. 7 SCVs lost so far. Tank on the way up. Euthermal, sorry, not Euthermal. I think aLive needs to start pulling back, though. He's being a little bit more cautious here. He's got his tank up. Tank in a really good position, actually, which is going to stop these units being able to corrosive violet from any sort of location. So that's quite nice. Oh, cancel the bunker. 1 HP. Doesn't get the cancel. And 12 workers lost so much damage done. Behind this, Nerchio is just droning. You know, he's 20 workers ahead already and continuing to build on that. His army supply increasing as well. And this tank just on siege. And again, a couple of SCVs continue to repair up this bunker. So continue to repair up this bunker. This Ripper Marines continue to move forwards as well and pushing this Overlord away. Tank continue to fire away here. Oh, the barracks is going to die if he's not careful. Has to lift up and pull it back. Nerchio, again, though, is so content with this. I mean, he's on a gold base, 20 workers up. His income is going to be absolutely insanely in favor of him. I mean, his opponent can't build SCVs off the natural expansion. Never mind mine from it. Like, actually, that's not even an issue because he's only just hitting saturation on 1 base right now. So his real issue is I literally just cannot build extra SCVs because his natural is forced to be lifted up into the sky. So it's really a tough position right now as we see a couple of these overlords just moving. Up around the top side of the map here, we're going to be seeing this hatchery finishing up on the natural expansion as well. Double evolution chamber, link speed. I mean, what more do you really need as Nerchio at this point of the game? Well, really nothing, honestly. I mean, you look at, like, there's really nothing else you need at this sort of point. So, it's Nerchio taking a lead in game number 1. Nerchio actually played an insane series against Keen the other day. I remember this now, actually. He played against Keen on Varney Research Station. It was a really, really sick series. Like, super long game. Bio against kind of late game Zerg. And it was so well played by Keen until the last few moments, all of a sudden, everything went everything went wrong for him. So, a few Roaches and Ravagers sitting here from Nerchio, continue to do a bit more damage. Reaper takes a little bit of damage here and, well, continues to back away down to the south side. There's a few more Zerglings from Nerchio gathering up together on the natural expansion. There's hatchery on the third base as well, and again, a few queens just starting to spread out their creep spread. So, a few queens spreading out the creep and starting to, again, push the creeper out, just help the Zerg. I mean, everything that's going on is just helping the Zerg and isn't really helping the Terran. I mean, got 10 players, getting a third CC up, he's got double engineering bay. But again, I mean, look at the income disadvantage he's playing from. The army supply advantage is not there. It's not there for him. It's really, really tough for aLive right now, so it's a tough one. I don't even know where you go at this point to kind of try and change this up at all, to try and save this or anything. It's difficult. We've seen +1/+1 continue to come in here from aLive. You can see the Bane Nest is about to be finishing up very soon as well. And the fourth base coming down from Nerchio as well now on the right-hand side of the map. So fourth base coming down on the right-hand side of the map here. I'm going to be seeing the lair finishing up. So lair finishes, we see the Roach speed on the way. And the Stimpack on the way also on this barracks. I mean, finally getting up into these upgrades which he needs in this game to stay alive. And to stay in this at all. And, you know, he's starting to get to that sort of point right now. So starting to get to that sort of point. But again, he's just going to be so much further behind the Zerg play again to the same sort of point, right? I mean, we see +1/+1 finishing up here. The Balin speed is continuing to come on in. The Roach speed continuing to come in as well. So all of these different upgrades coming in right now from aLive. All of these upgrades going to help him out significantly in terms of continuing on in this game. But it's Nerchio who just has so much more coming in at the same time. Like, it's just brutal. It's going to be brutal. I'm doing my classic, repeating myself, saying the same thing multiple times, because it's true. Like, there's nothing else to say right now. There's nothing happening on the map apart from Nerchio is building up everything he needs about 3 times as fast as aLive is. So, can't really iterate that enough. aLive is in a tough position now. What could he do to get back into this? Well, obviously he could try and drop a little bit. There's a bit of a dark area in this main base he could drop into and stim in. Maybe some workers there. Thing is, he's unlikely to get across the map without Nerchio seeing him, because he has very good overlord spread. In fact, Nerchio has a complete line of vision down the south side, down the left side of the map, so he sees everything unless it comes all the way down here, in which case his army is already positioned over here. So it's really good, actually. This is really cute from Nerchio. Something that's really worth kind of looking at, that he's got so much vision to the top side, and he's got a fast moving army, so he actually keeps his army to the south because he knows the only locations he doesn't have vision are down to the south-hand side of the map. And so his army's here ready to fight if he needs it. I mean, he has some vision with these Roaches and Ravagers, but it is just a cute little thing. Just knows he doesn't need units in the main, because he would see anything coming across in plenty of time because of the way his overlords spread out here. So here he goes, Zerglings actually just going to run on in. Tanks are going to be taking some more damage as well. And a lot of these units starting to go down already. Corrosive Bowers dropping down to actually help open up the wall. I mean, this is just the attack from Nerchio, which utilizes all of those upgrades, all of his kind of economy advantage and just unit advantage to kind of win the first game. I mean, again, he was very far ahead from the very early stages, and that right there will be GG. Nerchio takes game number 1 of the series. It could be good. We could get a lot of YouTube content done. We could actually maybe do some ladder streams as well. But also just outside of that, we could just, I don't know, we could run some of our events too. Maybe we just do a mixture. Maybe we do run an event in January, but also we I guess yeah, we can do an event in January and then also just kind of also use the rest of the time to kind of help out a little bit. Guys, just before we introduce our players, I want to read out this donation that just came in. Oh, did I not open my Chrome app? Oh, I didn't open my Twitch app again. Sorry. Jimmy Jam Jaws donates $10, $10, and he says, "Hope this never ends. Love you guys." Oh. Oh. You hope this never ends? You want to stay here forever? Oh, that's so nice. Thank you very much for the $10. I know you have a ball on the tree. If you know what color it is, let me know, and then I can maybe try and find it to update your $10 donation onto it. Let me know. I'll try and figure that out for you and get that updated. But I need to know what color it is, otherwise I'm just not going to find it. There's so many balls on that tree. Guys, to the top side of the map, our blue Terran player is going to be down 1 game, aLive. And down to the south side, our red Zerg player is going to be Nerchio. Can we get some STI hearts in the chat, please, for Jimmy Jam Jazz? Thank you very much for the $10 donation. You guys have been way too kind to me this month. It's kind of insane how many donations there's been, how many cheers we've had, and stuff. It's been like by far the most successful month on Twitch ever for me. So thank you very much. And again, I do want to keep on bringing you guys more content. It is a shame that after such a great month, Leifeng and SGL will go on a break, because that's obviously a good chunk of our content. But don't worry, guys. Again, we're going to be we'll figure something out. We'll still have streams. We'll figure something out. We'll be okay. What do I do when I see a spaceman? I don't know. What am I meant to do when I see a spaceman? I don't even know what that question's meant to mean. Anyways, early on in this game, it was once again a fairly fast Rotron from Nerchio, so pretty much the same build as he used previously. As we're just going to be seeing this Queen. Able to push back this first Reaper, obviously denies the scouting. And as aLive comes across, he sees that. I guess he might be able to see that there's maybe a little bit of lack of creep spread, sees these 2 Zerglings, and that might tell him a little bit as well. That, yeah, it's you know, it's kind of interesting, right? Like, how do I say, like, he sort of sees what he needs to see that it's pulled first again. So I wonder if he recognizes the threat of the roaches once more. This time it's 4 roaches, not 5 or 6, I think. I was going to be seeing the couple of Ravages. 3 Ravages going to start morphing in and continue to morph in, to warp on up to the top side of the map. Ah, yours is the flat ball. I know exactly where the flat one is. Yeah, I see it straight away. I'll update it. Thank you, dude. Yeah, but guys, I mean, Marines on the way out. I mean, there's plenty of Marines. The bunker comes in pretty late. And I guess he didn't just assume, right? So, let's see if he can make a bit of a defense this time around. 2 more Marines on the way out. And, well, aLive is taking a little bit more damage here. 2 more Marines coming up to the top side. We're going to see another Ravager shot going down. We'll cancel the bunker instantly this time, though. aLive is on that bunker once again. And he'll lose, like, yes, 5 or 6 workers. He's actually going to kill the Overlord, which gets rid of high ground vision. Marines kill off a Ravager, and now they can jump into the bunker as well. This is nice from them. This is exactly as it should be. So I think this is a better defense from aLive, and this should be him being able to kind of maintain a pretty solid position here in this game. And we've seen another siege tank popping out in a moment or 2 as well from aLive here. So another tank about to pop out. And these couple of Ravagers going to drop files once again, hitting the reactor and the barracks. Marines will move forwards and, well, starting to push those Ravagers back, doing a lot here. 1 Ravager goes down, another Roach taking a little bit of damage as well. This tank siege is up in the main base as well. Zergling speed on the way. Alright, so aLive is starting to make a bit of a defense here. He's definitely going to stabilize, and this is nice. We're going to get into the next stage of the game, something we obviously were kind of missing on Habitation Station, because it did just end so quickly, that game, for the most part. I mean, it didn't end, but it was pretty over at a fairly early stage. Let's see, this Reaper is going to be moving around and looking to see what's up and what's going on. A couple of evolution chambers coming in here from our Zerg player. I'm just going to be seeing this medevac coming down the right-hand side of the map, getting into position and looking to see how things are going to be going. So medevac coming down the right-hand side. Going to be dropping in towards the natural expansion, I suppose, in the very near future. And as again, link speed about to complete, more Zerglings still producing as well. And the single Reaper from aLive coming down to see where it can go. Hops into towards the main. I think 4 Queens already sat here waiting, and that Reaper just disappears almost immediately. So Reaper just disappears. Let's see, Lings and the Ravager just out to the right. And a few more Marines just going to be unloading here. Try and keep on pushing Overlords around and wherever they can get to. Stimpack is on the way up, +1 attack upgrade starting as well. So upgrades are going to be fairly even here for the most part. Not going to be too much of a difference between the players. I mean, Nerchio will have a slight advantage, and especially if we don't see +1 armor for a little while from aLive, then there we go. Okay, so it's going to be pretty even upgrades. And again, just in general, everything going to be much more kind of evened out here in this game compared to the last. Fourth base coming down from Nerchio as creep will start to push up. Alright, this little drop from aLive, just trying to deny some creep spread. Obviously, the more creep you can deny right now, the better position you're in. Because you're just slowing down the Zerg's vision on the map. Keeping this medevac alive as well. Obviously, you do not want to lose this medevac. Like, there's no reason to lose it. So, not going to overcommit to anything as Nerchio. Might lose this Overlord, actually. It's an interesting one. You so often now see Numitized Carapace coming in early, but with the build that Nerchio does, it doesn't really open you up to the possibility of going into Numitized Carapace or anything, you know? It doesn't really open that at all, so that's pretty sick. You're going to see some Marines just going to unload and just join up together on this right-hand watchtower. You're going to see Marines moving forwards and starting to work their way through this Overlord. So Overlord's going to go down as well. I'm just going to be seeing these Marines again unloading here. And Medevac going to start healing them up once more as well. A few Zerglings just sat to the right-hand side tower, and again, +1/+1 melee upgrades continue rolling in. +1/+1 attack and armor upgrades from aLive, still not too far off either. And as the lair finishes, we start to figure out exactly what Nerchio's plan is for the rest of the game. Do we see Aspire? Do we see just Bane and Speed and the tech up into Hive? You know, what does he do off of this Lingbane tech? Yesterday on this map, he went towards the Hive almost straight away, where he went into Ultras and kind of Corruptors at the similar sort of time. So he didn't go Spire before Hive. So let's see if that's going to be similar today. For now, just the Bane and Nest. I mean, he'll want to start his +2 upgrades as well. So he's not going to go, okay, there he is, actually going to drop the Infestation Pit. So we are going to see this almost immediately as to what's going on. As we're going to be seeing these two Medevacs going to boost on in towards the natural expansion. And actually going to start unloading on this Spore Crawler. I need to be a little bit cautious about that. As Marines will stem and, oh yeah, he's going to lose a Medevac. No way he's going to get away with it. As actually this Medevac as well going to take a lot of damage, just gets away. Not the best of drops from aLive here. As we see another Medevac heading down the left-hand side, a couple of Widow Mines inside of it. As aLive will begin to drop on off, and there's one Widow Mine, there's the second. These Widow Mines will burrow, and the connection, ooh, do go off actually, gets a good few Zerglings. So, I mean, drop denied, Medevac killed. Not denied, but drop cleaned up, I guess. Drop cleaned up, Medevac killed. But he still gets a decent amount of damage on that, I would say, like a few Zerglings. That wasn't so bad. Not as bad as it initially looked, when it doesn't look as though he's going to get anything at all. And as we see aLive once again pushing down the left. Lots of creep tumors out the front here, and a couple of Widow Mines already starting to burrow. So a couple of Widow Mines burrowing, stem forwards, and a few of these creep tumors continue to get picked off. So a few creep tumors starting to go down, and yeah, we're going to be seeing a lot of these creep tumors going down here pretty quickly. So lots of creep getting cleaned out as we have a lot of Zerglings going to sit on over to the right-hand side of the map. So a lot of these Zerglings just sat over to the right, and 2-2 upgrades coming in from both players. aLive a little bit behind on the 2-2, but again, nothing too significant. It would be very unfortunate if an engagement was to take place during his 2-2 deficit, basically. So, I mean, he's what? He's 40 seconds away. He's about 60 seconds away. 67, yeah. I guess he'd be... it's not impossible that it happens. It's definitely a possibility, but I'd be surprised as we see. Again, creep being cleaned out. This is something aLive's been doing really well so far this game. Especially to the right-hand side of the map, which just disconnects this gold base, and it just slows down the Zerg player from taking an extra base here as the game goes on and the game begins to go later. I'm intrigued, you know, how does aLive play this out? Yesterday we saw kind of Keen play this very passive playstyle where, you know, he made a decent number of units, but for the most part he was sitting back and, you know, he wasn't doing too much. He was just sat back and defending. It was all about kind of slowly taking a third base, then slowly taking a fourth base as well, you know, so... It was pretty crazy. We're going to be seeing these Marines continue just heal on up to the right-hand side of the map. And some Zerglings just going to hold this watchtower as well. More units here from aLive. Going to stim on in, going to get rid of this Overlord. So Overlord does go down. I'm just going to be seeing still aLive is moving around here a little bit, looking to see if there's any other openings available for him. Actually, a lot of Lings moving forwards here, and as these Lings run forwards, you can see Widow Mines obviously will initially try and help out the defense. Feels like this is actually quite a good engagement for aLive initially. Like, the Marines cleaned up a lot of these Zerglings. And we're going to see another Widow Mine to the right-hand side. We'll get a pretty decent connection. Still splitting away, and actually lifting up again another Widow Mine. Doesn't seem to really go off in too much. Bane is starting to connect now, and that's going to make the difference. Splits have to come in from aLive. He's got a lot of money in the bank that he hasn't spent, but there's only Zerglings left over here, so he should be able to clean this up. And in fact, he should be able to clean this up fairly quickly as well. Only 4 workers lost, and this is the sort of attack which, or sort of defense aLive needed to stay in this game and not let Nerchio take too much of a lead in this. So that was a nice defense overall. It was very scary. Multiple times lifting up his units and pulling them all the way back over to the right. but in the end it was okay. It worked out for him. So good stuff there, as we'll see aLive going to reposition his command center to the left side of the map now. And what else is going on? Well, these couple of medevacs can get turned away by these few queens. So a few queens pushing away those medevacs, and he's going to be seeing the single marine here going to get surrounded by zerglings, and again going to lift up and back away once more. +3/+3 coming in for aLive now as well, as we're going to be seeing actually both players with the upgrades on the way, and actually no Carapace, sorry, from Nerchio, didn't recognize that. It's actually Chitinous plane that's coming down as his Ultralisk Cavern. He's building the second one too. I wonder if he's building the second one because he's afraid of drops killing his first one, or whether that's just a straight up mistake. I mean, he was already building a lot of Ultralisks. It must be a mistake, right? I think maybe a Spire is what he wants right now, so maybe that's what he was going for, but just misclicked or something. Either way, the second Ultralisk Cavern is not really going to be much of an aid to him here in this game. He's going to be seeing 4 more Liberators continue to pop on up, and again, this over to the right-hand side, going to get taken down. A few more Marauders coming out here, and aLive continues to set up over towards the left. These 8 Marines and a medevac going to come down the left-hand side as well. A couple of Ravagers going to be seeing what they can do as queens. Actually continue to do a lot of damage. Oh my god, that medevac gets super low. Just manages to escape away and towards the bottom left side. So again, I mean, small drops as aLive for the most part. I think we'll want to play defensively. Pushing back this creep in the center is going to be an important aspect of this. And it should be a few units in the front as he will connect on maybe some Marauders. A couple of Marines will go down. Pretty easy trades for us. Again, these drops are driven around the map looking for opportunities. This one on very low health, still heading in the bottom. There's actually a Spire up already, so I didn't see that. So first Corruptors are starting to come out too. And we start to see the kind of later game tech coming in from aLive. He's actually stimming forwards here to pick off a couple of Queens. Queens starting to go down. Loads of these medevacs. Going to back away once again. And aLive just going to come back up the left-hand side of the map. A few more creep teamers going to be going down, and you're going to see a few more Marines just unloading from aLive again, pushing back this Overlord to the right as Nerchio comes forward. He brings up these few units, no real problem at all. Again, definitely going into the later stages of this game, though, as we're going to be seeing. Again, Lanebane Ultra just joining up on the right-hand tower for now. So these units just joined up on the right-hand watchtower. More units setting up from aLive to the left. And, well, does Nerchio really want to take a fight? Well, probably not for a little while. At least until he's got more Corruptors up, and probably +3 as well. He's still missing that Carapace upgrade for another 50 seconds or so. So probably sits back for another minute, try and clean up drops, etc. This medevac on the bottom left has been dealt with now. He's actually already positioned some Corruptors to the right side, intercepts his Liberator instantly. And that's going to be already aLive having to turn away with that one. So that harassment is not going to be a part of this. That's a very good kind of preparation by Nerchio, knowing the threat of the incoming kind of Liberators, and knowing that that could end up killing off a lot of workers. Really nice for him to be able to push that back with these Corruptors. That was really well done. As Marauders will stim forward here. Scan comes down, a couple of troop units will start to fall as Lanebane Ultra thinking about running on in towards that position, but has to be very careful of those few Widow Mines at the front. Oh my god, is he going to go into this right now? Well, starts to move forward at least, backs away now. A couple of Widow Mines starting to go off. Again, it's actually pretty good positions overall from Nerchio. He's going to start fighting in here before the turrets are ready, which means that the Corruptors can obviously do so much more quickly. As here we go, Nerchio looking for a big fight as he pushes through the Liberators. No problem at all. Widow Mine shot doesn't go off just yet. It goes off onto an Ultralisk in the end as more Liberators coming in too. Nerchio's still just pushing on through this as he continues to just try and clean up whatever he can. A lot of these Ultras will end up surviving kind of in this left-hand side. And again, a lot of the Liberators have fallen down. Nerchio's had a good cleanup of this here, so the Ultras are left to kind of do what they can. Planning forwards makes it a bit awkward as well. Few Zerglings going to try and run this direction, try and cancel extra bases from coming up, etc. A few Ravagers here are in a little bit of trouble also. Another Liberator coming out. Widowmine goes off onto the Corruptors. Zerglings trying to fight against these Marines, but they pull backwards. And Zoltar's going to go down as well. The Widowmine helping out quite significantly with that, as Nerchio will be pushed away. Crazy couple of moments there, and actually aLive going to take a supply lead from this. +2 vehicle plating going to be finishing up very shortly. And we're just going to be seeing a few more units continue to stream out from Nerchio over the next few moments. More Liberators just sitting out overhead, and again, more Ultras continuing to come on into play as we see Ling's going to surround, taking down these Widow Mines nice and quickly. So Widow Mines are going down pretty swiftly here as, again, this one Liberator goes all the way over to the right-hand side and then down in towards the bottom right side of the map. And again, a couple of Overseers set up here as well. So a couple of Overseers set up. And aLive still just sort of sat with these few units right now and just ready to see what he can do with them. Let's Liberator sieges, and we're going to see a couple of drones starting to go down. Again, this is the sort of harassment Nerchio was looking to shut down earlier. Resources lost pretty even, about 700 between the players. That's not too bad. That's exactly what Nerchio would be hoping for. You see there, the army supply took a couple of hits from Nerchio. Was definitely a lot lost from him. As I guess throughout the game, he's probably mined just that little bit more than his opponent. Just a little bit more throughout this. You see Marines and Marauders continue to set on up to his left side as well. And again, Ling Bane, more Corruptors from Nerchio, all coming up the right-hand side. So all this coming up the right, and there's them two Medivacs to the far right as we see an attack coming forward. This is only an orbital over here, but the turrets are set up already. Which means the Corruptors will take a bit more damage if they chase down the Liberators. Withermind's dealing with a lot of these Banelings. Oh wow, Nerchio's lost a lot, and aLive takes a very good fight here actually to kind of clean up a lot of this. Few Ultras left over still a lot of Corruptors in the sky, but he's just going to kite back with these as Nerchio looks for a few connections on these SCVs or so. Got more Banes trying to chase on forwards. He's got 2 Banes left. He flashes into some more Marines here. Going over the left-hand side, trying to chase Medivacs and more. This Ultra will go down as well. Nerchio still trying to make something happen with this towards the end. As these Corruptors falling back once more. Medivacs to the bottom right-hand side will drop on in. Lings will see it just a bit too late. And, well, now he's going to be able to at least unload and start to clean up here on this natural expansion. So, starting to clean up a few of these Lings. And this is aLive trading very effectively right now. As he looks to be pushing this into a game number 3. As he continues to kind of step backwards, these Marines continue to trade with these Zerglings. Good damage being done by aLive. He starts to get out. He'll probably lose one of these Medivacs. Ooh, he actually turns it away. Nerchio not paying immediate attention. He's lost 8 drones. He didn't turn those Corruptors around. He turned them around pretty quickly, but he hasn't set them to chase that Medivac just yet. So I guess he assumes it just dies. There's so much else going on the map that he doesn't necessarily just babysit those units all the way through, of course. So a few links to the left-hand side. That's Liberator. We'll see Liberator range now in play, actually. So he's actually going to siege it from a distance, meaning that the Corruptors have to come in to react to this. And now the Medivac can come back into the natural expansion as well. Crazy stuff right now from aLive as he continues to just deal more damage here. A couple of drones going down. Spore taking a bit more damage too, so Spore going to fall here also as, again, a few more Lings continue to run on forwards, and Hatchery taking a bit more damage as well. You can see more Marines and Marauders out in the center of the map, and those Ultras continue to take a little bit more damage as the Ultra Bane pushing forwards, and well, Bane's looking to try and connect here on these Marines. Doesn't quite find it just yet, continuing to push away. And Marauder's just going to jump up into those Medivacs. To the right-hand side, this Hatchery finishes up, and, well, Nerchio re-establishing his economy, but how does he find an army to fight? He's currently, what, like 40-ish supply down in army? It's not really a good position for him. Not really a good position for him at all. Going to stem forwards here, this Queen going to be going down here, so Queen does fall, and again, still moving forwards. Group team is continuing to drop as well as they're coming forward to see what they can do. Nothing too much, nothing too crazy. And still just Lings, Banes, and Ultras sat to the right-hand side. Lings and Ultras to the left as well, and we're going to be seeing these Liberators still just sieged up in the sky. Let's see what else is going to be happening. 6 Corruptors on the way out from Nerchio. Still 6 Corruptors on the way out. He's still kind of fighting in this, but he's 60 army supply down. What does he really do from here? It's going to be really, really difficult for him to make this work out, as we see, again, just moving around the map with these units, seeing what he can get up to. You're going to see these Zerglings going up the right-hand side. Withermind connects onto a few of those Lings. These Marines are going to take down a few Lings as well. And still gathering to the right-hand side, and Marines, Marauders moving down. As we just have a moment or two here, let's just talk about how important this tournament is for Nerchio. I mean, it could be huge for him, because if he wins this event, he qualifies, or he gets into position to qualify for the OSE, end of year finals. And that's something he's not in a position to do right now. And as he's not in a position to do that right now, that could be very problematic for him, as we see these Lings, Ultras, Banes moving forwards. I mean, he's trying to do this, trying to take down this army. He's actually going to be able to get rid of a lot of these Liberators quite effectively. It's a really good fight from Nerchio. I mean, look at the effectiveness of this army. The Corruptors in the sky, there's just so many of them. I wonder when it becomes a point where actually aLive just says there's no point making Liberators anymore because there's just too many Corruptors. Puts him in a weird situation, as Nerchio actually will have a greater Spire finish, and so now Broodlords come out, and maybe Nerchio can still make this happen. This is very similar to what happened versus Keen. He looked to be very far behind, but he got to this stage where the fight started to look good for him, and he managed to turn it around a little bit. Let's see if he can do that with these Ultras starting to come into play. Sorry, with the Broodlords starting to come into play. As you see, the Bioforce will pick off the Queen here in the front, and all 7 Broodlords building in total. 5 more Liberators on the way up as well. Marines and Marauders joining up on the right-hand side here from aLive. So units still gathering up on the right-hand side from aLive. And you see these units getting ready to keep on pushing forwards in the next few moments. And you see Marines Again, trying to see what they can do. Nothing too much just yet. Broodlords dropping down some of these broodlings. Just little bits of damage being done. The Lings and Danes will push on forwards as well, trying to move in towards those Marines and Marauders. Trying to move forwards here and, again, just see what they can get up to. 4 drones killed so far, and still Broodlords just pushing forwards and actually creating a bit of an issue for his Terran player. As here we go, he commits forwards. Where the Corrupted, there is still a lot of them there in the back. These Liberators actually sieged up very far forwards. And Broodlords cleaned up Widow Mines and more. I guess the problem is here really that there just isn't enough on the ground for the Terran player, for the Zerg player, sorry, because this Bioforce is still insanely large and continue to push on forwards. You can just see him just picking off unit after unit. The Broodlords will begin to fall as well. The Broodlings just aren't doing enough fast enough. I mean, actually, they're doing a lot more than I thought they were. These Broodlords are still alive. A lot of medevac's going down as well, but it's still a 50 army supply deficit after this for Nerchio. And can he find a way back in? No, he cannot. GG. And that's going to be aLive taking game number 2. Tying this final here as we jump into aLive and Nerchio game number 3. Give me a quick moment, guys, to just update the scoreboard with aLive's name, because there has just been some there we go, got the right combination of keys there in the end. Has just been some issues with the kind of battle tags showing up instead of actual StarCraft names lately, so that's what's going on. Where are the Christmas songs? I don't think you guys have sold out enough to do Christmas songs. We did Christmas song for a sub yesterday. That was disgusting. Do you guys want Christmas songs? We can do Christmas songs if you want. What Christmas songs would you like? I don't know what Christmas songs to put on. Remind me, we'll do Christmas songs after this game. Okay? Okay, it's a deal. We'll shake on it. Imaginary handshake. Alright. Guys, the top left-hand side, our red Zerg player is Nerchio from Euronics Gaming. And he is going to open up with a pool first into the hatcheries. He's been doing this every game. This time without a gas, though, so setting up into this. We have down to the bottom right-hand side of the map our blue Terran player. It is going to be aLive. The entire tournament is played today, guys. So every single round of 8 match, the round of 4, and the finals. Again, we are... well, my initial estimate for the time on the round of 4 is currently taking a little... On the round of 8, it's taking a little bit longer. We might cut some matches together just to help out if we do start running heavily over time. So we will see. In general, though, we want to spend about 3 hours. Well, I think in general 3 hours-ish on the round of 8 is fine. And then 2 hours round of 4. And then an hour on the best finals. So I think that's about okay. And that's what we're aiming for right now. So yeah, just setting up into this and seeing how things will go. Second racks from aLive. So looking to go 2-1-1 here in the early stages of game number 3. So setting up into game 3 now and looking to see what things are going to be going on. Second rack's going to be finishing up. Factory starts up as well. And just continue to set up into this. Reaper actually finds these 2 Zerglings on the map, so he's not going to fall for Nerchio's shenanigans. One of them will get away, sending this higher health one forwards to be able to stay alive. Is smart. If he sent the lower health one forwards, it would have died, and then he would have actually caught this one on higher health anyways. I'm just going to be seeing single Zergling sat down to the south side, and it's Reaper moving up to the top as well. So aLive having a little bit of a look around, having a little bit of a scout in perhaps. Looking about what he might want to get up to and just see what's happening. Just see the third hatchery, which is good enough information for now. What is going on basically. So just going to be seeing the Reaper knowing what's up, and yeah, just a couple of Marines kind of trying to get rid of this Overlord. So an Overlord goes down here. Stimpack has started, and the Zergling speed is not too far away. So Zergling speed not too far away from finishing Pneumatized Carapace as well. This is the first game in the series, obviously, where Nerchio has not gone for that sort of roach rush in the early stages of the game to try and apply some pressure and to take an advantage from there. So we've seen this depot going down. Marines will continue to gather up, and they will come in to try and deny this Overlord as well. Seeing this many Marines already is already good news for Nerchio. I mean, oh, not good news, but information for Nerchio. He already knows that there's probably not just 1 barracks then, but rather 2. And so he should know roughly what is going on in this game from our Zerg, from the Terran player. So this is what we expect. Wardy singing "All I Want for Christmas" would be not bad. Man, I actually I have a really good introduction for All I Want for Christmas Is You. I have a really good introduction for it. I did plan some Christmas song introductions just in case we actually had to, in case we actually reached that donation goal. So I did set that. I did have a few of those planned, and that's one of my good ones, I think. As you're going to see a few more Marines down to the bottom right-hand side, going to be lifting up into these medevacs, and across the map we go. aLive going to have a look to see what he can get up to. So moving up towards the upper left-hand side, see what's going to be going on here. +1 attack starts up from our Terran player as well. And these two medevacs just again moving up towards the upper left to see what's going on. A couple more Zerglings joining in down here as well. And they're going to be all joined up to the left-hand side. So one creep tumor getting picked off here, and again a few more Marines just gathering up. A scan comes down, another creep tumor falls, and again aLive just getting ready to try and fight this here in the next few moments. So just getting ready to try and fight against this. 1-1 upgrades from both players coming on in. aLive actually going into the 3rd CC before his 3rd, 4th, and 5th rack, so he is looking aLive to not overcommit to aggression, looking to really kind of focus on the economy throughout this game and to see where he can go from there. As these queens are chasing, man, that medevac takes a lot of damage, but does get out of there aLive. Not really much gained by this medevac player though, you know, aLive didn't really get anything done with this at all. He didn't slow down the Zerg player that much, he didn't force that many units. There's a good defense pushing this back so early from Nerchio, so good stuff from him in these early stages. And as again we just sort of look to see how things will continue. A few Marines coming over to the right-hand side, and again just looking to keep on dropping with one medevac and Marines. Even if you can just clean up a few creep tumors, it's better than nothing at all, of course. So looking to just clean up a few creep tumors wherever possible. Another medevac loads up with units, and I think that might be the medevac from before that just got repaired, basically. So anyways, next two medevacs arrive, and across the map we go. Another attack here, and aLive hoping to maybe get a little bit more done. Nerchio, what's he got right now? He's got 7 Balins, so he does have the Balins he needs to help against this kind of larger stack of Marines, something which Ling Queen would struggle a little bit more against. I was going to see one creep tumor going down. These Marines beginning to unload, and getting ready to go again here in just a few moments forwards and look to see what might happen. As we see scan comes down, and again creep going to start being picked away at, so creep starting to go down here, and a lot of these tumors getting cleaned out. So a lot of tumors going down. We're going to be seeing Lings and Queens pushing forwards as well. Marines going to load up, and again Queens trying to push this back. Lings and Banes splitting up. Also the medevacs going in a couple different directions. 2 of them unload to the right and 1 goes to the left, where the 4th base is sat from Nerchio here. So Nerchio still just on the drop defense, 2-2 from both players, and again neither of them skipping a beat on that, making sure that the upgrades are going to keep them both trading as evenly as possible throughout this game. As the infestation pick drops on down, once again Nerchio aiming for that kind of faster ultra-list playstyle, or the hive-based playstyle, rather than good for mutalisks or anything. I kind of feel like it's one of the maps where mutalisks can be very good to jump between the bases. You can also get cornered in quite easily, and it's also a map where for mutalisks it's quite small as well, so that has benefits and negatives. The benefits: if you're harassing with the mutalisks, you can harass for quite a while and pull back at the last minute, and still get there in time to take an engagement with the mutalisks involved in your army. The negatives are that on the smaller map, if you make mutalisks, it's much easier and faster for the Terran to attack, so you don't have as much time to get damage done before you have to pull those mutalisks back as well. So it's a really interesting sort of situation to kind of decide whether. I mean, obviously Nerchio hasn't been playing mutas much at all the last few days, but it's an interesting one from Zergs to see what maps they do play mutas on and which they don't. As aLive will stem forwards once again with these few Marines, picks off a couple of creep tumors here already. Lings and Banes pushing forwards, and already a nice little connection there, grabbing a few Marine kills. As again these two medevacs will continue to boost away down towards the bottom right hand side. So these couple of medevacs continue to boost away. Marines from aLive continue to move forwards here, and this Overlord going to be going down as well. So this Overlord does indeed fall, and again a couple of these medevacs just unloading once more and looking to see what might happen. So units all gathering up together. Marines load up into that medevac, heading up the upper right hand side of the map. And we're going to be seeing the again Hive on the way up, Spire on the way up as well, and the 2-2 upgrades about to kick on in. But for both players again, so just basically not going to see much of a difference at all. What is important to note is that the Terran can obviously go straight to 3-3. The Zerg has to wait at least for the Hive to finish, and we'll see if he is going to go straight into his 3-3 upgrades as well, or invest into adrenal glands or other things, I guess. We're going to be seeing Well, lots of Lings here. Widowmine is going to be taken down by the Banes and a couple of Lings as well. Bane's still not really finding their way forwards just yet. It's most of the Lings, but they're doing a lot of damage as aLive's army continues to be surrounded, and he's going to pull all the way back here, now lifting up a few units. You're going to see Lings starting to fight in not so great a position. They actually do make through the kind of choke point, though. Bane's going to start going off as well. One Widowmine connects quite nicely. The third base taking a lot of damage as Liberator kills off 9+ workers on the other side of the map. And so Nerchio taking some economic damage as well, but man, a lot of these Zerglings are doing so much. 16 SCVs have gone down. Problem is these Zerglings at the very end will go down as well. So 16 workers lost for the Terran player, 9 lost for the Zerg. That Liberator still in position to 9 mine time. Nice transfuse. Keeps the Queen alive as, oh, the Liberator was going to the main, then turns around into those Queens. And that is definitely a mistake there out of aLive at the end. Losing that Liberator, he probably could have kept it alive. Loads up 4 medevacs. In fact, loads up all his medevacs. He's just going to go straight to the left side of the map and try and attack once again. More Bane's coming on into play. We're going to see... Why did he lose his Infestation Pit? He's adding on another Infestation Pit. This is the second time today we've seen Nerchio with a kind of weird addition to his tech structures at a weird sort of time. Like we saw the double Ultra Cavern on Varney. Now we're going to be seeing the second Infestation Pit here on Echo. He's already got Hive. He knows it because he started Adrenal Clans. So it's a very weird... kind of decision for him to kind of make. Like, I mean, you can only sort of assume it's a bit of a mistake unless you see something crazy happening. A couple of Widowmines doing good damage here towards the end. He needs to clean those up before they come off cooldown, otherwise those drones are going to be in peril. And that's not exactly where you want your drones to be, is it? A few Banes still just collecting together on this third base. A lot of these units just collecting together over on this third base still, so just sat over here waiting to see what is next. A couple of Banes going off. There we go. So a couple of Banes going off. I'm just doing a little bit here as we're going to be seeing this attack continue to come up to the northern side and starting to move their way through. Again, a few more Lings and a few more Banes. We're going to see Widowmines going off once again. Units load up. And they're going to back away. And we're going to be seeing the Marines from aLive continuing to move around. Just looking for opportunities, looking for trades. And I mean, an Ultra's Cavern coming up. Nerchio's going to be way behind on the 3-3. That's something we didn't really see on Varney. And he still lost that game, so that's something that aLive will be happy to work with here. Plenty of Queens moving out. Much more kind of, many more counter-attack paths on this map though, so definitely a lot more for Nerchio to work with than what he had on Varney Research Station. And that's one thing that the Zerg should quite like about Echo in comparison to Varney. So, it's not as easy. I mean, there's a lot of choke points in this map, it's very easy to hold 3 bases. For the 4th base, not so much. And so definitely opportunities here for the Zerg player. Take a bit of an advantage. See Ling's going to run on forward. Widowmines again getting decent damage done initially, but the Bane's starting to move on through as well. Queens in the back will get rid of a lot of these medevacs. Corruptor's coming into play as well. Nice stuff. He actually cleans out quite a lot here in Nerchio. Takes a good fight despite being down on upgrades, and we'll have to find another one of those in the next few moments. He's actually being pushed away though. He doesn't have more Banes ready just yet. There's actually quite a lot of bio on the ground, and reinforcements coming through as well. Queens continue to be chased down here, and aLive, well, he's going to get rid of these Banes. He finds an Ultralist. That'll go down instantly. No Kindness playing. No Kindness playing. These Ultras are not that powerful just yet. In fact, they're playing. In fact, Nerchio's going to lose his right-hand side base here. It's only a 5th, but still, that's a lot of damage done here by aLive. Actually, aLive was the winner of this fight, and Nerchio is having a disaster trying to fight against these later game Terran armies. He's really running into a few issues here and there. Marines and Marauders gathering together on the south side. And again, this could be the difference of Nerchio making it to the OSC Grand Finals at the end of this year or not, which is actually pretty insane. As you're going to be seeing these Zerglings surrounding, a couple of Marines taking some damage. A lot more Marines over to the right-hand side, looking to see where they can go. Ling, Bane, Ultra moving over to the left-hand side as well, and a couple of Liberators here also looking to see where exactly they might end up. There's those Liberators sieging. Zerglings still just moving around. Ultras and Banes from Nerchio setting up on this left-hand pathway. Marines and Marauders pulling back, and again, we just sit and sort of watch to see what will happen next. How does this go now? Marines pushing forwards, and Creep 2 and 2 coming down as well. These few Lings and Banes still looking to see what they can get up to, what they can get done. A couple of Investors coming down, a few more Corruptors. I'm just going to be seeing a little bit of healing still on these Marines and Marauders. There's a medevac going to lift up and actually going to be backing away over to the right-hand side of the map here now. So medevac backs away over to the right-hand side, and just going to be seeing the Great Aspire coming down as well. Nerchio looking for his own sort of later game situation here. Looking to see if he can make that switch into Brood Wolves. As he did so on Varney, it didn't work for him there though. Can we make it work here on Echo as we see Marines Marauders pushing up the center? I'm thinking about pushing up through the center. aLive 50, about 40 army supply ahead. I mean, the thing is, Nerchio's not doing anything. Like, he's not finding any run buys. He's got very good creep spread. That's one thing he definitely has in his favor. And here we go, another fight going forwards. He still does not have Chitinous playing, nor +3 Carapace. So those Ultralisks are just going to melt. Nerchio definitely making a few mistakes here today. This is not the Nerchio that won DreamHack Valencia. You know, this is not the Nerchio that's been dominant all year, because these are mistakes we don't expect to see from that Nerchio. And I mean, yes, they're not the biggest of mistakes. They're just little small things. But they do add up, and, you know, missing +3 Carapace and the Chitinous playing, and again, double Infestation Pit, you know, all of these add up. I mean, maybe the Infestation Pit, the second one, is something I'm just not thinking of. Like, maybe he just wants to make sure it doesn't die to a drop or something, but there's still just so many different possibilities. And, well, aLive's still dropping around, trying to deny further bases, still just building Biomine, and pushing his way through these couple of creep tumors. Does he have extra Starports already? He has just the one. I'd like to see him add a couple extra Starports, just so he's ready for a Broodlord or transition or something. I mean, it's the only thing he could really kind of be caught severely off guard by now, you know. It's at that sort of stage where that's the only thing that can kind of catch him off guard. And see these Marines going to start unloading to the left-hand side. And, well, a couple of Widowmines just going to burrow here. Marauders will take the charge once again, pushing forwards. We're going to see an Infester gets taken down. Marines stimming forwards as well. And again, looking to see what he can do. A couple of creep tumors. Going to get taken down. He's just going to push through this, actually. There's only one Banelan left. And again, those Ultras don't have Chitinous. They just die so quickly. And Nerchio is just trying to hang on aLive. I think can't quite believe that he's, you know, that his Ultras don't have Chitinous or whatever. So he's not happy to kind of just engage in without thinking about it a little bit more. As we see a little bit of the fight coming in, a little bit better for Nerchio. But again, he's going to run out of Bane lanes. And it just allows the 10 player to push forwards once more. aLive trying to stay towards the edge of the group spread. Widowmine's burrowing again. Another connection on an Ultimus. It does a lot of damage. It really does add up. Let's drop our Liberate actually over this side. Is picking off lava, trying to cancel units from building as well. See another Ultra here, still taking damage. Nerchio still not recognizing the lack of Chitinous in this game. He's going to be seeing these Ultras moving forwards here. Lings and Banes see what they can do. Widowmines keep on going off. And again, Marines just continuing to push on forwards. Let's try and clean up just a few more units. We're going to see a scan to the upper right-hand side. And again, a few drones just sat up here. Marines actually very heavily stimmed. Drop over here as well, try and keep on harassing. Very heavily stimmed army actually, and if he doesn't have a couple of medevacs to heal some of these units up, he actually might start to go a bit in the way of Nerchio a couple of these fights, just because these units will disappear with one Banelan connection or one Ultra swipe. And again, an Ultra here to the right hand side takes a lot of damage very swiftly. Medevac lifts up a few Marines, going to try and drop back in towards the main base once again. These few Marauders still in the charge. Just again, all those Marauders at the front to tank, to force the Banelans to take a bit more damage. The Cluster Shells will hit and slow down those Banes from advancing forwards as well. There we go, splitting up units. We're going to be seeing Nerchio trying to fight into this once again. The Widowmines are going to do a lot here. They're going to help so much in cleaning out the Ultras, but he doesn't need it. Again, without Chitinous, the Ultras just disappear anyways. Widowmine helps to pick up the last shot on one of those Ultras there. As, again, two Banes. Every single time you see this fight happening in this location, there's just less and less Banelans, it seems. That one Ultra stays alive on what, 1 HP towards the back. 1 HP Ultralist finally goes down the Queen, and this base is broken. aLive's been trying for this for a long time. He's picked off this base to the left side as well. His drop play throughout has been impeccable, and it's continued to put him into better and better positions. A couple more Broodlings going down here. Infestor falls. He drops the Mules. Oh, wow. aLive bringing a little bit of BM to Nerchio here today. The Mules are down, and he is saying, get out of my game. I do not want to sit around and waste my time on you anymore. And Nerchio taps on out, and he is alive to take it into the semi-finals.